Okay, Ralph Havens here, physical therapist, and Tom Giammatteo, Dr. Tom Giammatteo. And this is a very cool podcast that I've been noticing coming in today as I was thinking about today's podcast, When Doctors Have No Answers, because I literally have a doctor in front of me that has multiple medical degrees. And so we're going to talk about, and I'm going to ask Dr. Tom Giammatteo, director of IMT Wellness Center and co-developer of Integrative Manual Therapy. IMT, I'll give you his links later. But I want to ask you, Tom, first, thanks for being here. And the spiritual side of healing, like you and I have seen some things with healing that's like very fast. You know, you have the story of LED and even beyond that, really fast stuff. I've seen stuff change with just doing one bone bruise technique. It's just incredible how fast something can change and somebody's life can get better. And then we've also seen processes like, you know, change lifestyle, diet, do some treatment, and it's a progression. We've seen all sorts of stuff. And so I'm going to just kind of lay the groundwork of, like, of course, there's Jesus, the archetypical healer, I think, for some reason causes a lot of stir if you say his name. But the book of Matthew, that is just like putting your hands on somebody's eyes and they're healed. All sorts of mental illnesses healed. All sorts of things with money even healed. The wine and the bread, it was like crazy stuff. And like I said, LED, and we've got some with all sorts of different diagnoses as I'm kind of looking through my notes. So my question is, first the question, why do you think healing is your thing? Like, you've taken multiple medical degrees. Tell me about that.
Oh, so many, so many layers to it, Ralph. Thanks. This could be a 4 to 5 hour discussion.
I know. That's why I love having you on.
And thank you for asking that. And my journey's been an interesting one for myself. And you know how charismatic Sharon was as a person, and so she was very charismatic. And when I first met her and we had our first coffee meeting, that was out of class, out of being professional, it just was tingling all over. And through our 21-year marriage, we really witnessed that we were soulmates from about 1,000 lifetimes of journeying. And even her process of saying, she asked me when we got married, do I want to have a child? And we were a little bit older in our ages. And I said, no, let's make the school our child. And that felt really right to us. And within 2 years, everything flowed that we were officially an alternative medicine school. So I feel that we have paths and purposes each lifetime, and there's multiple lifetimes and multiple dimensions. I had a near-death experience after she passed away where I knew my mission on this school wasn't done. And so I got sent back down here, and I'm living moment to moment because I had the perfect relationship, but the mission for the school is not done yet. So, and part of that is to continue to absorb and knowledge, and we meet the right people that we need to every day. I believe that as a philosophy and a relationship. And even like this past weekend, I had one of my students, one of our teachers I haven't seen in 12, 15 years, just was walking down the convention hall, and he pops out and says, "Hey, Tom, how are you?" So there's multiple layers of that multidimensional piece that keep coming in and out that way. And this weekend we start the first week of the school, and it's week 1. And the second question out of my mouth to the students is, what is your definition of disease, right? Not being, and medicine says, well, you have a diagnosis, you have a pathology, you have cancer, you have this and that, and we're going to get rid of it. And the true world of disease is not being of ease. And how many different layers can you do or have of that? And we break it up in IMT in mind, body, and spirit. So every one of those corners of mind, body, and spirit's not what your religion is, but what your sole purpose on earth is can be tugged, can be pulled, can have a little defect in it. And so I'm always searching for the next process to help that next person get better. Right? And we want to do it faster and help the person understand where they are. And you were giving me, before we started this, about a book you read about a really super prophet from India that can, touch you and read you in 5 minutes and give you the herb or give you the path, and your life would change. So I've been witness to a lot of those things, and I'm always a student and questioning, how can I do this and how can I pass on that word into that whole process. And I do believe that we are here to meet people. I'm not into advertising. That I don't feel an advertisement on a billboard is going to bring people in. You have to be ready to change. And the definition of the word physician is to be a teacher. It's not to take away the pain, but it's to teach the individual how to be better within themselves.
That's perfect. That's so beautiful. Yeah, and I just always felt like there's got to be a way to fix this thing. Like, the different things I had going on, I just had this, there was some kind of drive that said there's got to be a way to fix this thing. And that path and purpose thing. So and like we could talk for a long time about different very fast healing things, processes. We have it's been, I think, over 9 years since Sharon passed away. And I know you've talked before about like the integrated manual therapy people and what have we all been up to the last 10 years. Like, because one thing that's amazing about IMT, a few things, one of them is everybody can come in. Like, you don't have to just be a chiropractor or a physical therapist or a massage therapist. You could be a mom. You could be someone with a mom with a sick kid. You can be an energy worker. You could be a business person. Just there's all sorts of ways, people that can come into this world and learn this process of what's going on in somebody's being, their body, mind, body, spirit, and where's the thing that when shifted can help somebody heal and get what they want in life, which is basically what it is. Like Sharon used to talk about her mission, and I think it's our mission too. I know it's our mission, is to help people get healthy enough to get on their own surfboard, to take their own wave. And so it's like that question that could be asked, that one healer was talking about, was what do you want? And so that's a cool question just to ask. And then the other thing, so that's coming up is like over this next few months, Tom wants to check in with everybody that's doing healing stuff, especially in the IMT world, and what has happened over the last 10 years. Where are you now? And what's the next level? So I'll put that in the IMT group, just so that they can know that, hey, let us know where you're at. Like, how has it been going? What have you found? And what's been useful? So
and it's changed over time as the world's changed, as consciousness has changed.
Yeah, that's the part. So yeah, the spiritual side of healing. Tell me about that. Like, you got way into the consciousness part of this whole piece. It used to be very it wasn't mechanical, but it was a very medical model approach, and it still is. You can find and heal stuff in a very medical model kind of way.
Yeah. So Ralph, August 1st, we will have a symposium on where are we today in IMT of 2025.
That's awesome. I didn't realize it was coming up that fast.
Yeah. That'll be the day before summer school.
Okay, so I will put this in the links for the IMTers, and let's all tell each other what we've been finding. And if you're not an official IMTer yet, you haven't taken a class from Tom yet, then let us know what you're finding in the healing world, because there's all those ancient India traditions and the China Qigong traditions, and there's all sorts of ways to heal.
Yes, I was in Tampa at the national convention for the American Massage Therapy Association, and since Sharon's death, I haven't been publicly speaking a lot. But this was my first appearance back into that, and I'm going to do the American Physical Therapy Association and hopefully get back on the circuit again. So I was just telling the basics of IMT, like structure first, let's rebalance out the tuning fork so that we don't have disease in it. And everybody's jaw was on the floor.
That's good. They got it, huh?
Yeah, and they really go, well, these are bright new concepts, and it was just like, I only told you 3 or 4 of them of that how we can change the world together.
I know, it's
So,
like, how much do you tell them that doesn't totally blow their mind where they can't quite stand on their feet anymore? And how much do you just get them to like get them started?
right. So yeah, it was nice to have it. Everybody said this is refreshing material. And IMT is structural medicine. Medicine is here to support the suffering of the person, and it could be divided into. Everybody's a mixture of all 3 things: mind, body, and spirit. And some are just, I got to put the bone back in place, so we got to get the muscle spasm out. And others, you have to say, have you touched your anger? So a case this week was a trigeminal neuralgia, which is very painful. It feels like lightning bolts coming through your face 100 times. And so that trigeminal neuralgia person, I said, okay. And she's a yoga instructor. She tries to meditate every day. And, my body work pressure tools weren't getting where it's going. And said, okay, who did you talk to last week, especially on Sunday? He goes, oh, that's my sister. I said, well, why are you internalizing that relationship? And can you let that go and stop grinding your teeth about it? And she goes, yeah, that's it. And 20% of the pain was gone just by that reflection. And over the next 2 days, she did some work in inner reflections. And it's like, yeah, holy cow, my mind can just drive me crazy sometimes.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because another person, it wouldn't be that, it would be a structural thing in the actual nerve. So it's
an
like
infection of the nerve, right? And then planetarium wise, we just got out of Mercury on the 11th of September. And yesterday was the full moon with a eclipse to it. And we're moving into the equinox by Sunday, fall equinox. So if you're having a little balance issue, there's some structures where the earth is shifting around the sun, and the pole, and it's the apex of that. So on the 22nd, you'll have a shift like you're going over the hill, and people's vestibular systems or their balance systems may not handle it. So people are falling. And so contact us and we'll give you the techniques for falling and the vestibular system. So
yeah, so I'll give you the link, IMT, like integrated manual therapy, imtwellnesscenter.com, Dr. Tom G. Mateo. And I should have it written down, but the phone number, Tom?
860-561-2286.
Great. And then I'm on the West Coast. Tom's on the East Coast. On the West Coast, ralphhavens.com. That's me. 360-599-2217. And just give us a call. Let us know what's going on with you and your friends and family and loved ones. And if somebody's got a problem that hasn't been helped yet, what we found is there's an answer. You just got to find it. And some people it's the mind stuff. Some people it's some sort of body thing. Some people it's something else. What are these? Mind, body, spirit. So yeah. So there's a reason it's going on. And the key is to find out what that reason is and then help the body shift it. I'm going to go ahead and click us off of this one. And I think I can put this one on different social medias without getting kicked off. Kicked off before, but it's like, yeah, we'll leave it like that. And I want to talk to Tom for just a few minutes if he's got time. All right, Tom, thank you so much, man.
Bye, Ralph.
Bye. Okay, so let me stop this one. Let's see, stop live stream and stop recording.